I'm not saying there aren't some nasty people in politics, because I know damn well there are. There really, really are. Police, army, there are some positions that attract a certain sort of person. But we have all seen, all of us, what life is like for some of the poorest people on the planet. We've seen it on television. We've seen on television what life is like for people in Gaza with no food, no medicine, being shelled. We've seen it with our eyes. We know it exists. We've seen it on the television screens. But we've never experienced it. And there's a difference between really understanding something that you have experienced and you have personal knowledge of, and knowing that something exists. If you have never had to scrabble under the sofa to get beans so that you can eat that day, if you've never had to sit in the dark for the night or a day until your money comes and you can put some money on the electric, if you've worried about putting your children in shoes you know are too small because you can't afford more, that's an experience that a lot of people in Parliament have never had. They've never, if they've wanted a meal out, they've just picked up their car keys and their credit card and they've walked out and gone and bought it. I mean, maybe they've had to think, well, I probably can't afford to go to this very expensive restaurant, but I will go to my pub for a roast. The idea that you might not be able to eat anything but a tin of baked beans is, they know it exists. It's the same difference. And I think that's the problem for an awful lot of them. They know that poverty exists in this country. They know the problems. But in the same way that you can look at the television of people in Gaza and people, the very poorest in this world, and you can think, fuck, that's awful. But you don't know it. You just know of it. And I think that's a problem.